Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 352.
What's going on, guys? What's happening?
Not much.
We've got a studio audience today.
Yeah, we've got my mate Blage, who is sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Just minding his own business.
Yeah.
He's currently...
We can't say what he's doing.
He's a bit of a loose unit, isn't he?
Definitely a loose unit. I mean, we're loose units. And so when we think someone else is loose unit, it's really loose.
Yeah. Yesterday I got a delivery. You'll notice there's one which is an ottoman. I hope you're okay with that.
It is so big. And I was like, I walked in and I was like, Mason, what the fuck is that? He's it's an ottoman. Josh got it delivered. The problem is that could be here for weeks.
No, so we pick up the car. Bree crashed the car into a parked car the other day.
Hyperbolic. It was a tiny little...
Enough that we had to not only have an insurance claim, but the car has been off the road for a week.
God, it's a write-off. She was fine though, right?
Yeah, she was fine. And so I've got to get the car, I think, this afternoon to collect the ottoman.
Okay, no, that's good. As long as, we haven't talked about personal deliveries to the office that are outside dimensions of, 1 metre by 50 centimetres and time that they can be spent here.
Well, we actually have a limit in regards to what we can fit through the door as well, which is actually a consideration.
That ottoman is on its way to being
too big. It was a bargain. It was from Catch. I could imagine being big on Catch.
Amy said to me yesterday, she goes, I know why you get so annoyed of Josh talking about his food, his food diaries and how annoyed you are. Because she's like, I never understood why you'd be so annoyed.
Yeah. Why?
Because someone in her life has been just non-stop talking about food.
Is it someone in her workplace or something?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't be revealing those details.
Yeah, no.
But she's like, I just wish I was close enough to them to talk like you do to Josh.
No, but food is, I think it's something we all have in common.
Definitely. But I think there's excessive talk about food.
Could we do like a food minute or something where I just spend...
Yeah, definitely not every day.
Okay.
It could be once a month.
Can we do the quick food minute now?
Why now?
Well, because I've got something specific and it seems
You've
like
always
it's
got something specific. We could do it every day. You'd have something specific.
So today it's 5-2.
No, you said that yesterday.
No, so today's a 2-day. Yesterday I said it was a 5-day normal eating day.
Okay, there's good because you can say this because there's no other thing. It's either the 5 or the 2.
Yeah, but the other thing I was going to say is...
No, you got one thing. So which is it? You said, I've got one thing to say. Today
it's about the 2-day.
Which means what?
It means that I have only like 500 calories today.
Okay.
But I was talking to my friend who's also doing the 5-2 diet and she's found a bunch of research that says doing 3 fasting days, 3 500-calorie days a week has significantly more benefits than 2.
Okay.
And so I'm doing it as a bit of a team effort at the moment. We're doing Monday, Wednesday, and she's asked for the next fasting day to be Friday.
Well, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Friend.
Well, so this is what I was saying.
Fridays, Fat Fridays.
Fat Fridays, I was like, surely I can't do Fat Fridays.
Well, how about just stick to what you decided on, which was 5-2, 2 days.
Well, if I can lose more weight.
No, but why do you want to lose more weight?
You know why.
Yeah, so this is why I don't want to go into it. This is why it annoys me. Anyway, Mr. 97.
But I'm going to do Saturday.
Yeah, okay. You need it after Fat Friday.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. If I can,
we all do.
I'm trying to get Bree on board with Saturday as well.
Yeah, I think it's a personal mission. Just do it yourself.
No, because then the thing with so much of our life is based around food.
Yeah.
So it's like...
If you can be strong enough to do it by yourself, you can be strong enough anytime.
I don't believe
know
that.
Where I was going with that. But Mr. Big T.
Big T.
This is a guy that's taken Mr. 97 under his wing. I mean, it's almost a father figure.
Yeah.
But they just...
a sauna father figure. Specifically in the sauna.
Yeah. What happens when you walk out? Do you even talk? Or is it just like... I feel like the sauna is this place you enter into and it's like... the wisdom comes out of Big T.
It's like sweat. No, it's like you're sweating. It's like you're sweating out. It's similar probably to aeroplanes. Do you guys say aeroplanes?
Or airplanes?
Airplanes.
It's not spelled A-I-R, plane. Aeroplane.
It's spelled airplane.
Airplane.
A-I-R-P-L-A-N-E in the US.
Airplane.
No gap.
Airplane.
Close the gap of the air in the plane.
Okay, hang on. Airplane.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Isn't it aeroplane? You know why? What really comes to mind is aeroplane jelly.
Yeah, so just do that.
Aeroplane. Yeah, sorry.
So you spelled it wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
No,
I just hope they don't crash.
But do you
whatever
say, so do you
I say aeroplane.
Aeroplane.
I put the O in there. I don't just say air and then a plane.
And so 3D Dill is our sort of, Canada is North America, isn't it?
Yes.
As our North American, do you like being called North American?
I prefer to be called Canadian.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that a contentious
saying
issue?
North America ties me into the U.S. and I'm not really about that.
Okay,
Why not?
sure. Because he's Canadian.
Just because Trump's a bit of a bitch.
Oh, there we go. Boom. bringing the politics.
Appreciate it.
Send your
I mean, some would say Trudeau's a bitch.
Oh, he is.
But he's less bitch than Trump?
Yeah.
Either way. Trudeau's a handsome cat. That's all I can.
Yeah, that's all that
It
matters.
doesn't really affect
He's
me.
good though, isn't he?
Who, Trudeau?
Yeah.
It depends on who you ask.
there's a
it
few
depends
things.
on who you ask.
Sure.
There's a few,
And
there's a few things
where
about
you
everyone.
sit too financially.
Trudeau,
That's another thing.
is it Trudeau? Is that how you say it?
Trudeau.
Trudeau.
So fuck, we're on the aero.
Trudeau. If Trudeau was
Trudeau.
on an aeroplane, we're not. To be honest, I was thinking about it. Trev, our mate on Twitter, loves getting into. We'll get back to that, but he loves to get into politics, but specifically because I think his wife, I think, is involved in one of the parties and all that sort of thing. And so Trev has been trolling people hard on Twitter, which
From what party?
the Liberal Party. He's
trolling.
He's pro-Liberal.
Okay.
His
Sure.
wife is all connected with that.
Yep.
I think Trev was even handing out. He was one of the guys who was handing out stuff. For
I
the
was
Liberal
wondering
Party.
where those people come from.
Yeah.
Now I know.
But Trev is he's been trolling the fuck out of people on Twitter, and part of me is like, I mean, if we learn for people not playing who aren't in Australia, the Liberal Party won.
They were in power. They're still in power.
Yeah, and so, but the thing is, the amount of drama that goes with this, like I feel,
dude, there was an analyst that predicted the Liberals to win. She came out months and months ago and said, "Yep, here's why. This is why I think it's going to happen." She got so much shit because it hadn't happened yet, and then she comes back out and goes, "I fucking told you so."
Yeah.
Like, look at all you people that gave me so much shit, like harassment online, which I think
this is what I don't like. I guess can we just chill the fuck out? Like,
No,
I'd be
because
nice. Like, as in,
I agree.
like
I agree.
Because the thing is it's like, yes, I voted for the Greens. I did the Greens, like the thing or whatever. But the thing is that I don't necessarily like hold. Like my dad, I'm sure, voted Liberals or whatever. Like that's our right to be able to vote.
Of course. What the problem is when your right is judged by another person.
Yeah, that's
severely.
the thing. I don't judge Trev on the fact that he's voting a certain way.
Yeah.
And so I guess part of the thing is on Twitter, it gets fucking hectic. Like it gets
spineless people.
But
because you wouldn't say it to somebody's face a lot of the time. The people online wouldn't do this.
Well, it feels a little bit like it's you're very wrapped up in the whole thing too, right? And so I guess part of it is it's like it feels like a bit of a game. It feels like supporters. It's like Collingwood versus Essendon. Like I see it as like people with entertainment versus other things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting. So aeroplane.
We're off that. How did we get onto aeroplanes? What did you want to know from 3D Dill as our North American /
you say
airplane because airplane.
Say it again.
Airplane.
Okay.
AIRPLANE.
You say airplane?
Airplane.
Okay. Do you have
just
more
sounds
details?
like aeroplane to me.
Do you say more details on that?
It is the preferred spelling in American English, while aeroplane is the preferred spelling in British English.
Okay, and we're
British.
Yeah, but then we're a part of the Commonwealth, so why do you guys rock that?
Because we're above the US.
Yeah,
we have so much more influence from the US.
I mean, we're all American thanks to Siri. She's always trying to correct me to coloured, rather than OURED.
So how often are you saying coloured?
No, I'm just if I'm writing coloured. I talk about coloured a lot through text messages.
Sure.
Sounds incriminating, but no, don't you reckon there's like a few other words that Siri auto correction?
Yeah, I remember when we were working at Invato, we would sort of do US spelling.
Yeah,
because I think that maybe the US is less comfortable with having a U in something than Australia is not having the U.
All I know is Gronk is universal.
Yeah.
It's just Gronk.
What were you talking about? What did I interrupt you? What were you talking about?
Mr. 97, Big T. So you were late yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't get a fucking notification.
It was on Slack.
Okay, then I must have got it.
I texted
you texted me,
texted
but then I did a group, just Slack in the future.
But Josh was not here either. So when Dylan and I get a notification from the two people that aren't here,
Well, it's a
and we're
classic. I did the classic line of hedging my bets that someone's going to be late. You know, when you are running late for something and you know the other person's going to be late. And so it's like, do I call it or do I see what happens? And so Mr. 97 was saying, hey, man, I'm going to be late. And I hadn't left home yet.
Yeah.
And so then he said, I said, okay, no worries, we can do it at 25 past.
Yeah.
He'd actually asked for 20 past for the whip. The thing is, I didn't think I would make it in time for 20 past. However, he ended up coming at about 22. So 40 minutes past 9.
There's nothing better than when you want to cancel on somebody and they cancel first.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that same sort of vibe. So you're both late.
I live for it. That's my favourite thing in the weekends is people cancelling. I've got like...
Don't book it in. That's how you don't have to worry about hopefully having someone cancel. Like I was hoping Blage cancelled today.
No, I definitely wasn't. I actually...
First time we met him.
Well, because I know that Blage is the type to cancel purely based on geography. Blage is out in the suburbs in a place called Officer, which is known as farm... It was farmland.
It was farmland. Now there's housing estates.
Now there's housings and stuff.
Probably $800,000 for a big mansion out there.
You can have a big fucking...
McMansion.
Yeah, he's got the McMansion and all that sort of. He's wearing a blazer right now.
He's counting money over there. That's crazy. 100, 200, he's throwing it now.
He's got that cash money vibe. But he's always trolling me on how much I spend for rent in an apartment versus basically what his mortgage repayments are. He pays less in his mortgage than I pay for rent a month.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, Big T.
You still have to live out that far. Mr. 97, where were you?
So Tony had a...
call him dad, father.
Call him Big T.
Big T, yeah, Big T. Big T had he was holding a personal branding and technology event with a speaker called Mary Henderson, I think.
Yep.
And she was just an expert on personal branding. So Andre and I went along to that.
Oh, it's good. The Coconut Crew hit the road. It's their first...
Doing seminars now?
They're doing seminars. Fuck. What was the briefcase they carry?
Yeah, well, I mean, what did you wear? What did you wear?
The normal work.
He wears the same thing every day. But you did tell me where you went. And... I couldn't argue with it because it's a great thing to go to.
He also put it in the fucking Hype the Daily Talk Show calendar, so we all saw it.
Yeah, but he also fucked one up the other week where he said he was going to some other thing. And you and I are texting going, what are we going to?
He started using our email address as his calendar, which is sort of fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's just auto-prioritized. I don't know how.
That's fine.
We talk a lot about personal branding. And tell me what that takeaway was. Just tell me what you learned on the day.
It was having sort of a strategic approach to how you're doing your personal branding. So you got people like Gary V and stuff who would just like put out content and all this sort of stuff.
Did they mention Gary V?
It'd be hard not to go to a conference without that bloke's name being dropped
around.
Well, Ash and I were following Gary V before it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, but it was. Okay.
He's got a tattoo of Gary V's name on his
Mary had 3 different...
So sorry. Go on. Mary had what?
Mary had 3 sort of steps. I can't remember exactly what they were, but it was essentially mirroring the way that you get to know people in real life. Mm-hmm. So online you push out content that lets people know who you are. So you're like front-footing all your values and everything that you believe in. Mm-hmm. And then the second step is like edutaining them. So educating and entertaining them through content.
I'm just imagining a teacher with a yo-yo. Just right bit of edutainment, bit of juggling.
Yeah, and I can't remember what the third one was, but that was where it sort of transitions into becoming like client work and your positions as a specialist and thought leader in the space.
So in the workforce moving forward, be more. She says there'll be an emphasis on personal brand.
Yeah, and so corporates and big companies need to start, I guess, like investing in their people and allowing their own employees to have personal brands to, raise the company up. Well,
we've talked about this a lot, Josh. It's like, the C-suite are the ones that have been promoted as the face of the business because they're the top dogs. But the investment into the individuals, the staff members.
I mean,
they're all marketing engines, right?
Yeah.
For a company. It's like, everyone says put on LinkedIn where you work as soon as you come to the company. You both have got it. Thank you.
There was a great stat, and it was something around like engagement on employee posts as opposed to brand posts is like 564% more.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Sounds good. We'll run with it.
Christian Hull talked about that. People follow people, not brands.
Yeah.
And I think that.
What about when
resonates.
the investment from the company? So, because I could imagine all these old school marketing heads like, nah, they'll just bloody leave, which they could leave anyway.
The classic LinkedIn.
What is that?
The LinkedIn quote, which is like the CFO says, why would we want to invest in our staff? Because maybe they'll leave. And the head of people says, yes, but what if we don't invest and they stay?
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's the classic LinkedIn quote. Everyone be like, amen.
Yeah.
Reshare.
So thanks, Big T, for investing and inviting Mr. 97 to your workshop.
Is that one of your first seminars that you've been to?
Yeah, one of, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think I've been to 2.
What were the other ones?
One was a startup grind event.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the other
And
one was.
what do you see, Mr. 97, as your personal brand? Because when I met you,
Yeah,
you
there's nothing-
basically
it's all through the show, right? And
You were
and big-
anonymous.
and big media company. Yeah.
but you hadn't come out of your shell yet.
No.
Now you're still just kind of coming out of your shell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've forced you into a shell. Which I'm fine with. You mentioned tattoos before. I can't remember
Did
what. Yeah, you said the word tattoo.
I said Blage has a
I didn't-
Gary
that's
V
right.
tattoo,
Yeah.
which was
Well, it
lies, all
triggered
lies.
me because 3D Dill was writing a list of bucket list things. I said, mate, go crazy, write everything you want to do in Australia. He didn't hold
okay.
back.
For
It was like Great Barrier Reef. I'm like, mate, do you know how fucking far that is? Uluru.
You said right anything.
Yeah, I did. I said write anything.
Blue Sky, but not that fucking
Yeah,
blue sky.
exactly. Mate, fucking blue sky's got a ceiling. But the thing that caught my attention was the specific one, which was
Get a tattoo.
get a tattoo.
What kind of tattoo do you want?
I don't know.
Well, and,
But something that can kind of sum up the experience and the journey that I've been on for the last 4 months.
and so,
Hashtag Gronk Squad.
Yeah.
well, what I straight away
Okay,
said
yeah.
was the Daily Talk Show as a tattoo.
Then, so 3D Dill's been working on some new branding for the show.
Yeah,
There's no better, test and learn.
commitment to the fail fast.
Fail forward.
Yeah, so short. So that's what I. And do you know what he said? He's like, my parents wouldn't be happy with that. They got me thinking, what does mum and dad have against the show?
They don't have anything against the show, but I'd be a walking billboard for the Daily Talk Show for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. What are the tattoos that you've got? What do they say?
I've got one that says "No dress rehearsal. This is our life," which for Canadian listeners is a tragically hip lyric, as well as a second tragically hip lyric on my chest, which
And that's
says
a band
When you say tragically,
"Tragically hip" it's a band. Yeah.
called Tragically
I thought it
Hip.
was just
What
like
sort of music?
tragically hip.
Tragically Hip. What sort of music?
I don't even know how you would describe the genre, but it's maybe
Screamo?
no, it's like a soft rock band. But
Coldplay?
Nickelback.
they are Canadian.
Nickelback are, yeah.
Yeah, Nickelback are.
The handwriting, it's in a cursive font.
Yeah.
It's mum's handwriting,
Yeah,
right?
it's my mom's handwriting.
Fuck,
She's
that's
got great handwriting. Can you
Yeah.
show me again?
I asked her to write it like 7 times until I got one that I was
Really?
happy with.
And she wrote it.
Yeah.
She didn't write it on your arm, did she?
no, she wrote it on a piece of paper, and then she sent me a picture of it, and then I traced it in Illustrator and gave it to the tattoo artist.
If we can't work out where the tattoo that you get, what the tattoo you get will be, where do you want it?
On your body.
Where would you do it?
I don't know. I think it depends on what I get.
Mm.
Would you get one, Josh?
Would I get a
Something
tattoo?
for the show. Like, I think it's a big thing to ask one of the guys to get one
Yeah.
of the thing that we've created.
It's a
now
very
they're sort of
classic
helping
radio
drive.
gear, isn't it?
Yeah,
Getting
but
a
like
tattoo,
Hamish
but-
Blake has
Yeah,
a
as a
shitload of shit
Yeah.
tattoos. But that's why they're great, because they're like all significant. The anchor, what else has he got?
Yeah, what would I would potentially get something maybe on my wrist.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
What do you think?
No, I think that's fine. No,
If we all got something,
See, I think all 4 of us getting something small
Yeah.
How
And
small could we
it's
get
not,
it?
It's not happening. I'm not going
Why
in.
not?
That's the closest thing to what the Coconut Crew would do. Little matching tabs.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Absolutely not. What are you
No.
talking about?
No.
Well, it's something small that doesn't give us away as some sort of. I'm not saying
Cult.
getting stretches on our ears or anything like that. But what I said as a compromise for 3D Dill is the daily talk show written backwards in cursive, so it looks like scribble. But when he takes a selfie photo and it reverses,
Yeah.
it shows the daily talk
What
show.
if he has a falling out with us?
I mean, that's always the risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't even know if you and I will have a falling out and we'll be over.
No.
So
but-
we'd have to continue. Would have to go with things that could potentially live on. Like maybe it's the daily talk show, but you have the option of being like, fuck the daily talk show, or like worst part of my life, the daily talk show, or the daily talk show just a big cross through it.
Anyway, we'll work that out. Last night I get a notification on Instagram, and it's my own bloody podcast's Instagram account notifying me and saying you should see this.
Yeah.
And so that
Do
got
you
sent
wince
to.
when that stuff happens?
Oh, definitely, because I'm like, what is Bree's out and
Yeah.
Josh has gone rogue.
Yeah.
And Blage can attest for Josh going rogue on many occasions. Just it's like you've had too much sugar.
I'm
but
just
you probably
being creative. I'm just being creative. To be honest, I was happy because I made. Oh fuck! I forgot to bring the extra lamb for 3D Dill.
He didn't eat yesterday's lamb, did you?
Have you eaten the lamb?
No,
yet that I
that's for lunch today.
got? Okay. Are you going to put it in the slow cooker or something?
I might just heat it up.
Just
Okay,
heat it
in
up,
the
mate.
microwave. That's fine.
The slow
Anyway.
cooker is slow.
Also, Pri and I made the decision. Like one of our favourite things to do is to cook something the night before and then make the call the next day. That it's like, you know what? Let's keep that for the next day, and let's deliver.
Okay,
it.
but back to your story. I don't care about that.
Well, so that's what I was saying. So
Far
I
out.
got delivery last night, so that's why I was happy.
No, but you went rogue.
Yes.
And so you did a live
Yeah, I did a
stream
live
on
stream,
Instagram,
absolutely.
which I usually somehow see that. Like I've turned off notifications on Instagram, so I don't get bombarded. But when I go on, and that's why I went onto my personal account and saw that I had a fucking DM from
The Daily Talk Show. Yeah.
And then I went to the live, and then
You watch the whole thing.
yeah, the annoying thing is you're actually quite good at doing lives by yourself.
Mm.
Ruru
what is
even
it?
reinforced it.
Well, yeah, Ruru said it, but I wonder, yeah, what is it?
I don't know. It's you're not good at doing vlogging style. Like your face goes weird, but I think it is something that you are quite good at.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, I would love to do them more regularly.
I think it's because, like, to do your own podcast solo is super hard.
Mm.
You need a fast thinking brain that has a lot going on, but then you can actually talk and have your brain going really fast.
Mm.
So you actually just do not stop talking. Even Blage said, fuck, he bangs on a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
When we were walking to get a coffee.
Just doing a bit of a motivational speech.
But if you are that kind of person that just bangs on a lot, you probably are good at lives.
It is good for live stuff.
It's a good muscle to build.
Because I
Because you don't
always
build any muscle. So if that's
Yeah,
one
if I'm
muscle,
building some form of muscle.
just build
It'll
that
be-
muscle.
But the thing is, I've spoken to you about it before. You're not really into the solo podcasts
No,
where people talk to themselves.
I don't. They're not as fun for me.
Can I have 1 minute right now just to show you what it would be like if you weren't here? Can we put the timer on 97 for a minute?
Yeah.
And I'll just show you what it would be like if it was just me talking.
Which it
and
will
how I
never
do it.
be. It will never be. Never on this podcast.
If I was to have a podcast, the
Yeah.
Josh Janssen show.
If I broke my leg on the way to work or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but
Okay, this is the sort of vibe that it would
All right.
would be.
Go for it.
Okay. It's a daily talk show, everyone. Josh Janssen here. It is, what time right now? It's just on 11 o'clock here in Melbourne. Mate, have you seen how good this weather has been? I was walking in to work today and I saw the moon. And one of the things that Mr. 97's just shown me the time. 30 seconds. Someone's fucking having me on. That hasn't been 30 seconds. But I saw the moon, and the thing that I was starting to think about is when you're traveling and you see the moon, it actually puts you off a little bit, and you start to think about the fact that we are on this earth. And I was thinking about, I wonder what 3D Dill's perspective when he sees the moon in Australia, if it sort of plays with his mind a little bit. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. First, I wanted to speak specifically about my social media. Okay. What do we think? I panicked a little bit. See, this is the problem when someone sort of gives you props.
You've got to really, actually, maybe I was going to say you really need something to talk about. Oh well, last night you had something to talk about, and that's when I think the lives are good because you were talking.
Because I had the tease. I knew that I was like, I'm going to do this thing, and so I said when I get to 10 people on the live stream, I will actually announce what it was. And so it was a lot of fun because we had people like Hayden, Gemma, people in the comments getting pumped and talking it up and even trolling me, which just gave me more fuel.
Is it like, if we're jumping forward, we don't know what you even announced. Mm-hmm. Is it fair to say there was quite a large disappointment in the tease percent versus what you actually delivered?
No, I think for people who have been listening to the show.
Well, I was being friendly. There was a fucking lot of trolling.
But the thing is, I think that's part of the whole shtick. I think that they're playing into it, but I think that they control and haha, it's all funny. But it's fucking awesome. I announced on the live stream, if you didn't listen or watch, that July 1, put it in the calendar, at 10 a.m. on July 1st, 2019, fuck you, Cindy, because Cindy said what year. It will be 2019. The book, This Is Marketing, that I promised back in December, maybe it was November, December was the deadline, that I was going to have it finished. I was going to rewrite the whole book as a way of retaining the information. That will be happening July 1. I'll have the entire book written out.
Handwritten.
And the thing is...
I mean, the one reason I want you to complete this, I mean, I'm like charity aside, like I know there's going to be...
putting $500 to charity.
There'll be a donation, which I care more about Seth Godin because you emailed him telling him that you're going to do this.
I don't want to burn bridges, but Seth was like, I think he said something along the lines of, I can't wait to see how you go.
Yeah, which
wasn't like good on you or congratulations, which is exactly, he did the exact right thing because he knew very well and good that me emailing him and saying I'm going to do this thing isn't actually doing it. I mean,
the closest thing would be someone emailing us saying, hey guys, I'm going to transcribe your show by hand, all 350 whatever episodes of this show.
Yeah.
I'd just say good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, bro.
And so the thing is that I went and bought a fountain pen from Milligram.
You're a doctor, dude.
How I'm writing now?
It's disgraceful. It's that pen, because I know like there's a different pen that sort of influence the style of writing.
So you don't like this sort of style? If I go through, we've just got a book I've started using. Like what about...
you can't read the shit.
Do you like that though?
Not at all.
You don't think that looks good?
It's not. It doesn't look good
it's
in terms of sharing it amongst other people. You can't read shit.
What's my diary? So
my dad's handwriting is revolting.
But do you think that so I was watching YouTube videos on, I need to get better at cursive because if I'm going to write with a fountain pen, I used to write all in capitals. So if you look
can't do it. Yeah. So
you can see when I write capitals, it looks brilliant.
I mean,
however, when I write sort of joint,
where's the book going? Now that you're writing it, and because what happened was we put it out there for bidding. Trev came through with a pretty generous bid, and he emailed us just yesterday, and he actually said,
so he forwarded an old email that he sent on the 6th of December,
2018.
It was last year. You're being hyperbolic by saying the year. We're talking last year,
2018. He said, "I'll donate $500 to a charity of your nomination," and the only lost cause here, mate, is you at this moment. Because
I said to him, I was like, I think I said on the show, whilst we didn't get back to that email, we've gotten a lot better at getting back to our emails, thanks to Mr. 97. But the what I'd said was I will, I didn't feel right taking the money off Trev and making him do the donation.
Well, because you hadn't finished the book. I reckon if you'd finished it, you would have felt more confident to take the money. You're not taking any money without doing the thing. And so now you're doing the donation.
Yeah, so I'm doing the donation.
Which is fine, but my question now is, where's the book go? What do you do with it? Do we put it in glass? Do we mount it up here in like a, break if every Seth Godin printed book burns?
I think we ask Seth. One idea would be to turn it into like a wallpaper that we could physically roll onto the wall.
There's so many pages.
Yeah, that's what.
Have you done
imagine
back to
going
back?
all the stairwell. So I'm going to start from the start because now I've got a new pen.
No, dude. You
Well,
wrote like
because-
10, 15 pages.
Yeah, I wrote a bunch, but the problem is more than 10 or 15 pages. I'll tell you how
You
many
know, the
pages
next
I
couple
wrote.
of months, we're actually quite busy.
33 pages I wrote, and that's 33 of his pages. I think I had lied in a previous episode when you asked, and I said about 100. But to be honest, it was 33.
Dude, I know when you lie because you're desperate.
Yeah,
And you were desperate
yeah.
to stop talking about it, but now you're bringing it up. So
So I'm gonna.
what's the milestones? Because I think last night
July
you posted that, and I responded and said, I take this with a grain of salt
Mhm.
because you've
was-
made promises before
Yeah.
and you haven't fulfilled them. And I want you to. I want you to finish this because
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Well, I've gotten so to be honest, my life at the moment is extremely optimized.
Okay.
Phone not in my room when I went to sleep.
I mean, optimize. You are watching YouTube videos of cursive handwriting.
Well, yeah,
demos.
but that's not in
I
bed.
don't know if you call that optimized.
But I think that is. It's like I'm taking my learning training seriously.
All right, with that, less trolling, because Trev's doing that for me.
Can I just troll Trev? Mate, you don't need to put your fucking photo in your email signature. Can we agree on that? Photos on email signatures? Is it because it's like, Blage
has
does
got
it,
one.
which is exactly the fucking Narcissus Anonymous over here between Trev and Blage. But I reckon, I don't know if is it because Trev's mainstreams Trevor Long? And
I
so
don't know.
because
I mean, it's branding. Mr. 97, what did you learn yesterday? That's a personal branding piece. Identify yourself on your email. They even encourage you to do it in resumes and all this stuff. So what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, because if you think about if a random person emails you and you're emailing back, then you've got a visual representation of who they are.
Okay.
So if you've never seen them before and you just get an email, then it's got more cut through than just.
Trev's emails plus the email signature, there's something a bit troll-like about the whole thing, don't you think? Just seeing a fucking smile in there while he's trolling. Anyway, the book
It's
is happening.
It's happening. Okay, good.
And so the
just
1st of
don't
July...
Don't do it. Don't restart again. Show the journey. Show just like the iteration. Show like where you got up to, the different pen. I upgraded.
Mhm.
It's all
Okay.
about the pen. And now you're onto a new thing. I think it's worth it. Just
Okay.
keep it going.
Yeah.
And we can put it in glass.
The real question is, how often do we think that 3D Deal might have a good idea? How often do you think I'm going to have to replace my ink to write the whole book?
I'm going to say, how many handwritten pages do you have so far?
I've done 33 and I have to do about 300. About 300.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that every 50 pages, you're going to have to get a new cartridge.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Has he got, how many cartridges did you buy?
I got a pack of 5.
That's a, I don't know how long they last, but that's my guess.
You get 250 pages out of it. It's far
I
out.
reckon I could.
I just don't want roadblocks.
Yeah.
If you're a creative, don't put roadblocks in front of you.
I think Hayden was saying that he would like to see me live stream some of it. Do I have permission to live stream?
As long as you actually do it.
Mm.
Maybe there's silent live streams. It's just you writing.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
look over at the camera and just.
I'll do my first today. I'll do an hour today at the end of the day.
Okay.
An hour live stream.
Yes. Is that okay?
Yep.
Maybe not an hour live
That's
stream.
pretty full on.
Yes. The whole project is full on, Mr. 97, when you're playing the big game. Don't you love the limiting beliefs from this fuckhead? Sorry for calling you a fuckhead again. It's got real cut through, doesn't it? All right.
I told him
anyway.
yesterday that I bash him.
Yeah, between that, do we have anything else? Oh, you can still. What the fuck have you done to the patches?
Oh, I don't know. I was playing with it while I
Like
was
seeing if you could
letting
bend it
you
in
do.
half?
Well, you iron it, so it's going to iron out the creases. There's not really creases. I was getting anxious of you doing your own show by yourself. That's
Okay.
fine.
And so anyway, we have these patches, limited edition. They're embroidered. They might be handmade or not.
Or not. Anyway.
And so that was when I did the silence. That was an opportunity for you.
Oh, I thought you were going to finish that, and then I'll just do the DMs
I can do the
that we
whole
got.
thing. I'm
Just
happy
go.
for it to be a
Keep
solo
going,
show.
mate.
So the patches, the deal is that you can actually win one of these. And the way that you do it is before the 24th, May 24th, this Friday, if you leave us a review on the Apple Podcasts, that's iTunes, if you're playing from the early 2000s. If you go on there, it's the purple icon. If you've got the purple icon, the podcast button in the iPhone, you click on there. Now, what I want you to do is go write a review. Do not, and I repeat, do not just click 5 stars.
Yeah.
We don't need ratings. We need reviews.
We need to hear from
And so we need your voice. We need your written voice. well, whatever. And so basically, if you leave a review, 5 stars, screen grab that you've done it, and you email us, hi@thedailytalkshow.com. Mr. 97 is looking after the emails. He's putting a spreadsheet together. On the 24th, which is Friday, is the last day. So on Monday, he's going to go through to the fucking post office, and he's going to send all of the patches out, plus the people who won the hats as well will be getting the hats, and also the squeegees.
Squeegees, yep.
Fuck, as the CFO of this business,
there's a lot going on.
It's a lot of expenses, postage.
It's a little.
So
bit
you're
intense.
welcome. You're welcome.
But we've had some reviews.
Oh yeah, Colin's written through and he said, "Hey boys, been following the podcast since last year. It's been really great to hear your perspective as creators, business owners, parents. Keep up the great work."
Great. Well, if you're talking about parents, I actually the video of me parenting. Bodhi boy.
Yeah, I mean it was a couple of hours. I wanted to test out how you go. That day he put his hand into a long black.
Yes, that
Remember
was
that?
your fault, though, I believe.
Yeah.
I also got a fucking third herniated disc, I reckon, holding him in that fucking... Like, I was actually just triggered watching how much my back was hurting wearing one of those fucking
you
baby
hit it well
things.
But
is that what it's called? Baby Bjorn?
We didn't have the fancy brand. We had the shitty one.
So bit of tape.
There is demand to do version 2 now that Bodhi is old as fuck.
Yeah, how old until we start babysitting and actually having him stay over without him shitting the bed?
I mean, he'll shit the bed until he's 5. But he doesn't, it's amazing. He doesn't poo during the night. Blage, do your kids poo during the night? Nah. They must know. He pisses in his nappy a lot.
Okay.
Just during the night.
So if he just wore pull-ups, or when does he go from nappies to pull-ups?
Well, we're starting to try and toilet train him, which we'll get there. But then he was pissing in his pants. I'd rather just give him to you with a nappy. Just take him with a nappy.
Or when he's 10.
Or when he's 10. But either way, I want you to sort of do another session with him.
Yeah. It would be fun. When should we do it? Should we do it in the next couple of weeks?
Definitely. Now the great thing is he can talk and he knows who you are.
Does he need a baby
Josh.
seat?
Does he need a baby seat?
Yeah.
You would have to have a baby seat for your car.
For him?
For him. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you said it was a roundabout way.
Your car is actually just one of those, red bottom things with the yellow cage on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Children's toy.
Yeah, exactly. Any other
we got Carl. He said, loved hearing about your rebrand, which he's talking to Josh at the end of yesterday's episode. Too many people get confused between weight loss and health. Then most end up overwhelmed and not doing anything. Keep up the good work, lads. And
thanks, and fuck you, Carl.
And then Big T.
Big T on the IG.
Yeah.
Big T on the IG. Tommy and Josh just caught up on your podcast, saw Mr. 97 and Andre, a.k.a. Coconut Crew. He didn't say that.
No.
But I hope he does.
Coconut Crew.
Yesterday, and disappointed that he didn't ask what to do regarding the advice on should he follow up with the date.
Mm-hmm.
My advice was stop texting and actually call her.
Get on the blower.
Get on the blower, as I say, Big T. Call me old-fashioned, maybe because I'm old. Mr. 97, Mr. 97 expecting some good questions tomorrow at the gym. Saying in the sauna makes my sons laugh.
But if it's in the sauna, it's in the sauna.
That's where the wisdom comes out, as I've said.
Well, it's like when I used to play golf and you would just spend all your time at the clubhouse. You'd say you're going to play, but you're just getting some hot chips and a Coke, cherry
Really?
Coke. That's what we were doing, near the end of my membership. I'd get my golf clubs. I'd tell Mum, like, hey, yeah, going to golf. And we would fucking literally hot chips and cherry Coke.
I mean, you were a tiny kid. Now that's probably just drinking for the adults that
Exactly.
play golf.
Anyway. Yeah, so thanks for the feedback, Big T. The other thing I thought was interesting, I don't know if you guys have seen Matt Diavella's latest video
No,
on
I'm going to watch it.
learnings or advice for people in their 20s.
Yeah, because I think he's a year older than me, 31 or
Yeah.
something. So it's advice to his 20-year-old self.
And one of the main bits of advice I thought was very relevant to this show and Mr. 97,
Fulfill promises.
date more.
Date more.
Mm. And so I thought maybe if we were to start to build out, we're talking about the Daily Talk Show board and having people that we can rely on. I think that we need a board member that specialises in dating or Mr. 97's love coach. Maybe that is something Diavella could help us with.
I mean, he's giving advice to himself that he didn't do.
Yeah.
He said he didn't date for 5 years when I spoke to him on his podcast.
It reminded me of Mr. 97. But the only difference is Mr. 97 isn't working on his biceps. He's sweating with Big T in the sauna. So, do you actually lift?
No, you know what?
I want to hear. Do you lift?
in the gym.
The
gym.
kid can do a muscle up. It's pretty impressive.
What's
I
a muscle
can't
up?
even fucking do it. Yeah, don't even. If you don't know
Is
what
it a
it is,
pull-up?
you don't deserve.
Is it
to
a
know.
pull-up?
You don't deserve to know.
Is it a pull-up?
He doesn't deserve to know.
3D Bill doesn't fucking know what a muscle up is. Do you know what a muscle up is?
I don't know. Maybe we call it a different thing, but
It's sort of like it's like a pull up, and then you press on.
Get to the top.
on-
Yeah, you don't want to have to explain it. To, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's a fucking pull-up.
It's not a pull-up. It's a combination of things.
Right.
Anyway, I
can
think we
keep-
need a woman because the thing that's happened. How did it get through to the keeper that he fucking sends a message saying with a little bit of prompting?
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
It just needs to be, hey, lady.
Hey,
Can I
lady.
say- hey, lady, can I send this?
No.
I don't know the person's
Oh, wait,
name yet.
as in, you're talking about the board.
I'm talking
member.
about the board person.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
replace lady
Maybe
with her
someone
actual name.
Maybe Zara or Michelle from
Yeah,
Shameless.
yeah, sure.
Gemma, I think, is a great sort of sister figure. She'll be on Fat Fridays on Friday, so she can give us the lowdown on what Mr. 97 should do next.
We're concerned. We're concerned about the state of your personal brand, Mr. 97. So this episode will be continued.
Yeah. Hi, thedailytalkshow.com is the email address. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
See you guys.